Hello everyone, this is Jyotsna Tiwari and welcome to Entry App. Okay guys, so today we will discuss all about current affairs. As you know that current affair is the most important topic for every exam, especially if I talk about bank exam. So you all know very well that current affair is a playing the major role to qualify any bank exam. You all know guys that there are 40 to 50 marks of a current affair which is conducted in bank exam. Okay, if you will give the mains of bank exam, so you can easily gain 35 plus marks lonely in your GA part and by the current affairs help. Okay guys, so here is the session of today's session of daily current affair. Okay, so let's have a look. Let's start the session without any delay. Okay, so today's topic is daily current affairs. This is Jyotsna Tiwari and I'm your current affair faculty. Okay, guys, so let's have a look. The first news which is showed on your screen, you can see it. On August 8, 2020, Girish Chandra Murmu, former Lieutenant Governor of Jammu and Kashmir, was sworn in as Controller and Auditor General of India. Actually, that is Controller, that is not M, that is actually N. Okay, so here is a spelling mistake. Please note down this. So on August 8, 2020, Girish Chandra Murmu, former Lieutenant Governor of Jammu and Kashmir, was sworn in as a Controller and Auditor General of India. Got it? So here is some important things which is here is some highlighted which is related to this particular news. So highlight is he is the first tribal to be sworn as a KEG of India. Please remember this line that he is a first tribal. So this is important for your exam point of view because he is the first tribal be sworn as a KEG in India. Got it? The next one is the oath was administered by President Ramnath Kovind. So the oath was administered by whom? So administered by President. So who is the President? So President Ramnath Kovind. The next one is GC Murmu. That means GC Murmu. Okay. So that means Girish Chandra Murmu was a 1985 batch IAS officer. He recently resigned from his lieutenant governor post in Jammu and Kashmir. Okay. Following his resignation, former Union Minister Manoj Sinha was sworn in the new Lieutenant Governor of Jammu and Kashmir. So, guys, you told me that, ma'am, this news is already repeated on yesterday. So, no, this news is not repeated on yesterday. Yesterday we was discussed all about that who became the new lieutenant governor of Jammu and Kashmir, and in today's session we are discussing in who is the first tribal KEG of India. Okay, so you can see that. Okay, let's see that which type of question will rise in your exam. So first question which will definitely rise in your exam is Girish Chandra Murmu, who is the former Lieutenant Governor of Jammu and Kashmir, was sworn in as of India. In was as of India, then your answer will be KEG. Important for which is most important that what is the abbreviation of KEG? So KEG's abbreviation is Controller and Auditor General of India. Please note down this. Okay. The next one is he is the first tribal we sworn as KEG in India. So please note down this is very important for your exam point of view. Next one is administrated by the oath was administrated by whom? So administrated by President Ram Nath Kovind. Okay. Next one is GC Murmu was 1985 batch IAS officer. So don't forget it. He is also resigned from LG post in Jammu and Kashmir. One type of question which will rise in your exam definitely the question will be which is rise in your exam is who is the first lieutenant governor general of Jammu and Kashmir. Then your answer will be what? Then your answer will be Lieutenant Governor General GC Murmu. Okay. If question will be rise in your exam that who is the first Governor General of Jammu and Kashmir, then your answer will be Girish Chandra Murmu. Got it? Okay. So who replaced him? So Union Minister Manoj Sinha. Who replaced him? So Manoj Sinha has replaced him. Okay. The next news which is shown on your screen is on August 9, 2020, PM Modi is scheduled to launch as rupees 1 lakh crore financing facility under the Agriculture Infrastructure Fund through video conferencing. Okay, so you can see that August 9, 2020. At where at what time? So on August 9, 2020, PM Modi is scheduled to launch rupees 1 lakh. How many? What is the amount of that particular launch? So 1 lakh crore. The amount is 1 lakh crore. Okay, which is financing facility under the Agriculture Infrastructure Fund. Okay, this is the financing facility of Agriculture Infrastructure Fund. Guys, please remember that this Agriculture Infrastructure Fund, that means A, I, and F. So basically, this is a subsidiary of NABARD. Please remember this that this is the subsidiary of NABARD. Don't forget it. Okay, this is the subsidiary of NABARD. Got it? Okay. So this is the subsidiary of NABARD. So let's have a look in the deep about this particular news. So first point is with this facility, that means with this agriculture infrastructure fund facility, the Prime Minister will also release the sixth installment of rupees 17,000. Prime Minister also released the sixth installment of particular. This fund is rupees 17,000 crore. Okay, this will benefit more than 8.5 crore farmers. So, there are 8.5 crore farmers who will become the beneficiaries of this particular scheme named PM Kisan scheme. Please don't forget the name of the scheme is PM Kisan scheme. This is very, very important for your exam point of view. Okay. The next one is the funding facility is intended to catalyze the creation of crop management community and infrastructure farming asset such as collection centers, cold storage, processing unit, etc. So, actually, what is the use of this particular? What is the use of this particular fund? So, this fund will be used in collection centers, cold storage, where you can save your crops like potatoes, like any other things. Okay, processing units, etc. The next one is this property will enable farmers to get more value to their produce. Okay. So the property of enable farmers, that if farmers will be able to value their produce more and more. The last one is about this news is farmers will be able to reduce wastage. Okay. So what is the point of view behind this news that today, if we are talking about today's situation, so many of their farmers they have no any particular storage, they have no any other facility. Due to that, their most of the crops was be wastage, very disappointingly you can see that wastage, all these things. Okay, so from with this facility, that means with this PM Kisan schemes, farmers will able to reduce wastage, store and sell higher price and increase processing and price increase. So they will can earn more income from their particular crop. Okay, I hope you will understand all things about this. So which type of question will rise in your exam? So first question which will be rise in your exam is the fund amount. Please remember the fund amount. This particular news is rupees 1 lakh crore. Okay, please underline this. The next one is AIF. Actually, here is you can see the Agriculture Infrastructure Fund. So AIF is the subsidiary of NABARD. Don't forget it. And NABARD deal with RRB, and RRB deal with rural and farmer. Okay. The next one is which is important. How many farmers will be become the beneficiaries of this particular scheme? So there are 8.5 crore farmers will become the beneficiaries of this particular scheme. Okay, the name of scheme is PM Kisan scheme. Don't forget it. Which type of benefit will gain by the farmers? So first one is collection centers, cold storage, processing units, etc. Okay. So let's have a look for the next news. And next news is on your screen. You can see the news is PM Modi addresses new education policy 2020. I hope you all know very well. I'm sure you all know very well the about of new education policy. Okay, but here is the some key points which is mentioned in this particular news. So you can see that PM Modi addressed a new education policy in 2020. Okay, so first point about this news is Prime Minister Narendra Modi addressed the nation on 7th August to deliver his speech on new education policy 2020. At what time? So at 7th of August. Okay. Second one is the new national education policy. Okay, NEP. Okay. So the new national education policy was approved in the cabinet on 29th July. It replaces the 34-year-old national policy on education in 1986. That means the first education policy which is mentioned by India in 1986. Okay. So after 34 year, it was replaced by national education policy. Okay. Please remember this point which is important for your exam point of view, and bill was approved in cabinet on 29th July. Okay. The last one is, and it aims to pave the way of transformative reforms in school and higher education system to make India a global knowledge. Okay. So with this policies, India's education system will become the transformative reforms in school and higher education. In school as well as in higher education system, and make in India globally knowledgeable. Okay. Okay. So I hope you will understand. So which type of question will rise in your exam? So first question which will be rise in your exam is 7th August to deliver is new education policy. So on which of the day PM Modi addressed the new education policy 2020 in India? Then your answer will be 7th of August. Okay. Uh, on which date national education policy was approved in cabinet? So your answer will be 29th July 2020. And first education policy which was introduced in India, then your answer will be in 1986. Okay. So I hope you will understand all these things. Okay. So let's have a look for the next news. And the next news is India's first Kisan rail services have been started from today. Okay. So India's first Kisan rail services. India's first Kisan rail services. So of course this is important for your exam point of view. Started from today. Okay. Started from today. So let's have a highlight of this particular news. The first point is about this news is Indian Railways is starting its Kisan Rail services to transport perishable goods from today. Okay. So this rail was starting services from today's transport perishable goods. Okay. India's first Kisan Rail will run between Devlali in Nasik, Maharashtra, and will go to Danapur in Bihar. That means this train will start from Devali, Nasik, from Danapur to Bihar. Okay. This train will cover 1.519 kilometer journey in 31 hours. Okay. The next point is the train will be flagged off via video conferencing. Of course, video conferencing is the only option, because you all know that due to COVID-19 pandemic, we can't meet with each other. We can't take a physical meeting with each other. So there are only one option which is remaining, and that is video conferencing. Okay. So the train will be flagged off via video conferencing by Union Agriculture Minister Narendra Singh Tomar. So who is the Union Agriculture Minister? So he is a Narendra Singh Tomar, and Railway Minister Piyush Goyal. Okay. So let's have a look. Which type of question will rise in your exam? So first question which will rise in your exam is India's uh, India's first Kisan rail services started from which two stations? Then your first answer will be what? Devali in Nasik, from Devali in Nasik, Maharashtra to Danapur in Bihar. Okay. So please remember this point. Next question which will rise in your exam is how many distance will cover by Kisan Rail train? Then your answer will be 1519 kilometer journey and in 31 hours. Okay. The next one is whose two ministers who is flagged off via video conferencing to Kisan Rail? Then your answer will be Union Agriculture Minister Narendra Singh Tomar and the Railway Minister Piyush Goyal. They both are flagged off together via video conferencing to Kisan Rail. Okay, guys. I hope you will understand all each and everything in detail. Okay, and we also discussed that which type of question will rise in your exam. Okay, let's have a look at next one news is Pradeep Kumar Joshi. This is very important, guys, for your exam point of view. Please note down this news is Pradeep Kumar Joshi was sworn is the new chairman of UPSC. Don't forget it that Pradeep Kumar Joshi was sworn is the new chairman of UPSC. Okay. So, academian Professor Pradeep Kumar Joshi has been appointed as the chairman of Union Public Service Commission, that means UPSC chairman. Okay, he will replace the Arvind Saxena. So, who is the former chairman of UPSC? Then your answer will be Arvind Saxena is the former chairman of UPSC, now replaced by Pradeep Kumar Joshi, who completes his term in UPSC president. That means we are talking about Arvind Saxena. That Arvind Saxena who completes his terms in the UPSC presidency. Okay. The next point is Joshi, who was the chairman of both Chhattisgarh and Madhya Pradesh Public Service Commission. So don't forget it that former Joshi, we are talk about Joshi, that Pradeep Kumar Joshi was sworn as the new chairman of UPSC. So previously Pradeep Kumar Joshi served as chairman of Madhya Pradesh, that means MPPSC and CGPSC. Okay, so they are also served their service as the chairman of MPPSC and CGPSC. That means Madhya Pradesh Public Service Commission and Chhattisgarh Public Service Commission. Okay. So joined UPSC in May 2015 as a member. So previously Joshi had joined the UPSC as a member in May 2015. Okay, and now he is the he is the chairman of UPSC. Okay. The last point is his term as chairman of UPSC will last till May 12, 2020. That means his term start from now. Okay, from today's start from today and will serve till the May 12, 2021. That means almost 1 year. His terms is almost 11 month or 1 year. Okay. So which type of question will rise in your exam? Please note down this first question which will definitely rise. So Pradeep Kumar Joshi, who is recently sworn as the new chairman of UPSC, replaced which person? Then your answer will be Arvind Saxena. Second question which will rise in your exam is UPSC. Who is the former UPSC president? Then your answer will be Arvind Saxena. Recently, so Pradeep Kumar Joshi. Previously, Pradeep Kumar Joshi served as the chairman of which two state MPPSC? Then your answer will be Chhattisgarh and Madhya Pradesh Public Service Commission and joined the UPSC in May 2015 as a member. And term will be his term will finished on May 12, 2021. Last term till the May 12, 2021, almost 11 month or 1 year. Okay, guys. So I hope this news will definitely okay. So I hope you understood all these things in details. So guys, you can see that here is the screenshot. Here is the screenshot that you can see in your screen, that this is the screenshot of quiz. If you want to strong your banking awareness part for the bank mains exam. Okay, now listen to me very carefully, that if you want to strong your bank mains part, if you want to really qualify, if you want to really become the clerk and as well as PO and SO in the bank, then you will have to crack the mains. Okay, And for the crack the mains and also for crack the interview, you will have to learn the GA. GA means in all third part of the GA. That means first one is current affairs, second one is banking awareness, and the third one is static GK. And for that, you will have to give the quiz on daily basis and see that where are you stand right now for the upcoming mains exam. Okay, so guys, you will have to download the entry app. Here you can see, so please go to the play store and write entry.end and you will find this symbol, and please install the entry app, where you can give all type of quiz for banking awareness quiz. Here is the some screenshot of that particular quiz. Okay, so here you can give the quiz on daily basis, analyze your result. Also you can give the quiz of and every subject of banking exam. Okay, also you can visit to the YouTube and type banking 2.0 and you can see our channel, you can see our classes on that particular channel. So please go to the play store, download the entry app and give the quiz on daily basis. You can attend every you can attend also every videos of that particular class, solutions of that particular quiz. Okay guys, I hope so you will understand all each and everything in details. Okay, so let's have a finish this session today. So tomorrow we will meet at this same time. Okay, and discuss more things. If you have any feedback, so please comment your feedback in your section. If you want to any other session, if you want to any other session on particular banking awareness topic, so you can also comment for that with that particular topic. So I will definitely took the session of that particular topic. Okay, so I hope you will understand all things, each and everything in detail. So please comment and like and share more and more with your friends, colleagues, relative with whom you are studying right now. So please share this in your Telegram group, in your WhatsApp group, or where you can share your wherever you can share this particular session. So please share this session. Thank you very much for cooperate with me. We will meet tomorrow again at the same time with the some new current affairs session. So thank you very much for cooperate with me. Please like, comment and share with your friends. So please guys like, comment and share this session. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.